Okay, what is your political affiliation?
I'm an UDA diehard. I'm a life member of UDA, and all my political future will be on the UDA under the able leadership of His Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, our party leader, and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua, not forgetting the Secretary General, Cleopas Malala, very youthful. I like our party because it's a youthful party. It's a digital party. It goes with time. If you visit our office, you'll get that most of our staffs there are youths. So that makes it easier for us to engage with them. They understand how we are. Like now, for me, being a young candidate, an aspiring candidate, when you engage with youthful leaders there, they learn a lot and they understand you better. That's one reason why I would want to work with this party for my political future.
When did you start supporting William Ruto?
I started supporting William Ruto since 2013. That's when I started supporting William Ruto, when he was in URP. That time he was youthful. He had a future, and I could visualize his plans and his will to help the Kenyan nation, and that's why I'm very proud associating myself with him. Yes.
Why UDA? Why not Azimio or ODM?
Okay. In Azimio, we have had the diehards in Azimio complaining of not being included in major decision making. They only may be required when there's maandamano, they need stone throwing, they need crowd, they need that. But when it comes to the real issues on the table, the Azimio party doesn't involve the youth or the common mwananchi. As we all know, we have heard them cry every day. They come to us, they talk to us, and they would even want to come to our party. It's only that we get in some regions, if you don't affiliate yourself with ODM, your political future will die. But we have seen those youth cry, we have seen women cry, because of not being included in the governance and leadership of the party. So I would prefer, I use UDA, like I have just explained, we are doing our grassroots election very soon, and we are going to start from the polling center level. So that means the common mwananchi will feel the leadership of UDA, and that structure will go up to the county level, up to the national level. So when you look at UDA, there are structures that consider the common mwananchi, since the delegates will be elected by UDA registered members. So that's one thing I'm very proud of our party, and I can't compare it to any other party. And as soon as we are done with the grassroots elections, UDA will be the most strongest party and the most preferred party in East and Central Africa, not forgetting the globe. Yeah, they will be coming for benchmarking here.
So do you think ODM is using its youth?
Very much. Like when we talk about the appointments, the nominations, you don't see the real youths being engaged. We have the bipartisan talk. You don't see the common mwananchi. The person who are being tear gassed, the person who doesn't have those bulletproof cars, the person who are feeling the pain are not there. When you see the issues that are being discussed there, they don't anyway translate to youth empowerment or youth inclusivity. So they are just doing their own things at the cost of the common mwananchi. The mwananchi who was being tear gassed, who was being who had live bullets. So when you look at the unfolding of things at the other party, it's not something that you can go by. Yeah.
As a UDA youth, what will you tell the youths in ODM that always join maandamano?
What I would say is that one thing, politics is not cast on stone. No one was born in ODM. William Ruto was a member of ODM. He changed way, and you can see where he is. Just sit down, visualize yourself, rearrange yourself, and look for a party that will consider you if you have a political future. If in terms of maybe a political alignment, because not all of the youth are interested in political positions, I would encourage them to consider a party with a vision, a party with a plan for the youths, a party with a future for them. Like now, when we talk about a party with a vision and a mission and a goodwill for the youths, we talk about the affordable housing. I feel so sad when I see an Azimio diehard, a very learned person, narrowing the housing project to a mjengo. When you talk about housing, don't narrow yourself to mjengo persons. Housing projects require a lot of bigger things, bigger minds. We have engineers, we have architects, we have all those. We have plant operators, we'll have even the managers to manage the stores, the storekeepers, and everything. So when we're talking about the affordable housing, let's not narrow our mind to mjengo peke yake, of which mjengo is not a bad thing. I've done that. It's a very good venture because it doesn't require stock, it doesn't require a lot of things. If you have become a mason, you get paid 1,500 per day. It can't be compared to some of us working in offices, in bigger offices. So it's not that Mjengo is a bad thing, but I would like us to remove the notion that the housing project will provide work for Mjengo only. Let's open the bigger picture and see the number of architects, our graduates who are graduating every day. We have engineers, we have architects, we have all those seats, all those positions from top. Before a building is constructed, they require a lot of specialization. So let's not narrow down to that. Then we come back to maybe the issue of fertilizers which will translate to cheaper livelihoods. When they do give subsidies fertilizers, like right now we are grateful that the El Nino that we are waiting didn't come as El Nino, it comes as showers of blessing, because as two countries, it's not a big rain as we expected it to be. So it will translate to bumper harvest. So those farmers who provide the urban areas with foods, they will have bumper harvest, which will make sure the cost of living is low. So when we talk about development, let's not narrow down to some very few nitty-gritties. Let's focus on the bigger picture. Because like our president says, when you try to subsidize the processing, it won't be long term. Let's subsidize the production, which now will translate to cheaper processing. Yeah.
On El Nino, pesa zingine ni kama zilipotea. Watu wanasema ni kama zilipotea. Do you think the governor alitucheza?
What I would say, most of the governors, siwezi watetea, ni ukweli saa zingine unakaa chini unaangalia, unaona the level of preparedness, it isn't as it was planned. If these are the kind of rains we are experiencing and we have started experiencing floods, that means if El Nino came, would be in a mess. So what I would tell the governors, also because I'm in Nairobi, I would like to address our able governor, Johnson Sakaja, please, as we are working on the drainages, make sure that hiyo uchafu inatolewa kwa mitaro, ijaachwa kwa barabara. Because at the end of the day, it is being washed to our houses, to our roads, it's causing a mess in the city. Then there's areas that experience most floods. Let's focus on those areas. Tusiangalie tu hizi area, maybe watu wa media wanapita, watu wa gari kubwa wanapita, kuja kwa kijiji pale Soweto, kuja kwa kijiji Mukuru. Pale Soweto we had a sewer system ambayo iliekwa pale. With the kind of drainage that we have, ina cause mayhem. So what I would tell the governors, tafadhali, in as much as pia tuliambiwa we shouldn't expect those big rains. Let's be prepared for bigger rains. So that when the small rains comes, they won't cause any disaster. Yes.
Okay, now that you mentioned bipartisan, yesterday CS Chirchir mentioned that very soon fuel cost will rise to 300 shillings.
Yes. Okay, about the fuel and the issue of, there's something that we can't control. We don't produce any fuel, so we depend on fuel from other countries, and those are the determiners of what we expect. So when we get the petroleum products at a higher cost, we should also expect that higher cost will roll down to the common mwananchi, who is the user, of which we know that the problem with the fuel isn't only in Kenya, it's a global problem. So let's not focus on it like it's a Kenyan problem, it's a global problem. Yeah.
Will you explain it to ODM people? Because it looks like they don't understand.
It's not like they don't understand. You know, one thing I said, we should have leaders who are true to themselves and true to us. When a leader stands and tells you that the fuel can come down, and they very well know that this fuel doesn't come from Kenya. It's not like maize that the government can say, now that we have harvested this and this, we'll sell at this cost. That fuel it comes out of the country at a regulated price. So we are not the one to regulate that price. And currently, as you have seen, the wars in Russia, in Ukraine, and the Palestinian war, they're also affecting the miners who mine those oils. So in as much as we are talking about the fuel coming up, it has to get to us before it gets better. So let's just give government time. It's going to get away. As our president says, he has a plan for it.
Okay, juzi King amekuja Kenya. We have mjukuu wa bunduki pale bunge la mwananchi Jakaranda. Alisema King ni muongo, ni mtapeli na ni mkora. King wananyanyasa watu, ni watu wa Maumau tu ndio waliweza kucompensate, but watu kule Busia wanaendelea kunyanyaswa na Mudavadi na Wetangula wamekaa tu